The wise woman learns how to pause. There are women who react before they even understand what they are feeling. Women who become overwhelmed by small things and later feel guilty about it. Women who respond impulsively, raise their voice faster than they want to, and feel as though their patience disappeared somewhere along the way. And the saddest part is that many of them believe they became bad people. But they did not. Many times, you are not a cold woman. You are not a difficult woman. You are not a woman incapable of controlling her emotions. You are simply exhausted. And exhaustion changes the way the body responds to the world. Because when a woman has spent too long emotionally overwhelmed, her nervous system stops responding from calmness and begins responding from survival. And that changes everything. Small situations suddenly feel enormous. Noise becomes unbearable. Patience disappears faster. The body stays tense even during moments that should feel safe. And then impulsive reactions appear, not because you are weak, but because your mind and body have been living in alert mode for too long. We live in a time where many women are emotionally overloaded. They work, they solve problems, they care for others, they organize everything. They carry other people's emotions while trying to survive their own. And somehow, they still demand more from themselves. More productivity, more patience, more control, more strength. But the human body has limits. And when the nervous system remains under stress for too long, the body begins producing elevated levels of cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone designed to help us survive danger. It keeps us alert, reactive, prepared. The problem is that many modern women no longer experience occasional stress. They live inside constant stress, mental stress, emotional stress, invisible stress. And when the body spends too much time in that state, it stops feeling safe. The brain begins interpreting small situations as threats. And that is why reactions become faster. Because an exhausted nervous system does not respond from clarity. It responds from fatigue, from accumulated tension, from years of not truly resting. And maybe that is why so many women feel guilty after reacting impulsively. Because deep down, they know that is not the version of themselves they truly want to become. But almost no one teaches women something important. Emotional regulation does not begin in the mind. It begins in the nervous system. And an exhausted nervous system needs rest before it can respond with calmness. Many women try to control their emotions through force. They try to suppress themselves, push harder, demand more self-control. But true calmness does not appear through pressure. It appears through regulation, through learning how to breathe before reacting, through learning how to pause before responding. And there is something deeply powerful about that. Pausing is not weakness. Pausing is emotional intelligence, because only a conscious woman can stop herself before allowing a temporary emotion to destroy her peace. The modern world glorifies immediate reactions. Everything is fast. Everything demands instant responses. But wise women learn something different. They learn that not everything deserves an immediate reaction. They learn that protecting their peace is also a form of strength. And that changes their entire energy. Because a woman who learns how to pause begins living differently. She breathes differently, speaks differently, relates differently. And little by little, she stops becoming controlled by every emotion that appears inside her. Because emotions are not enemies. Emotions are information. But when a woman lives emotionally exhausted, every emotion can feel overwhelming, and reacting becomes automatic. This is where many women judge themselves unfairly, because they think, I used to be more patient. I never reacted like this before. I used to handle everything. But maybe before, you were not this exhausted. Maybe before your nervous system still had space to recover. Today, many women live permanently overstimulated. The mind never truly rests. Notifications, problems, responsibilities, emotional noise everywhere. And eventually, the body begins asking for something very simple: peace, silence, slowness, space to breathe again. But many women feel guilty for slowing down. They feel guilty for resting. They feel guilty for stepping away from chaos, because they were taught that strength means enduring everything. But true feminine strength is not living emotionally exhausted while pretending to be stable. True strength is learning how to care for yourself before collapsing. And perhaps one of the deepest forms of feminine wisdom is understanding that you do not need to react to everything in order to be powerful. Because emotionally mature women no longer need to explode in order to feel heard. They no longer need to fight every battle. They no longer need to prove they are right all the time. They learn how to choose their energy wisely. They learn how to walk away from what disturbs their peace unnecessarily. They understand that calmness itself is a form of authority. And that does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming conscious, because there is a huge difference between suppressing emotions and learning how to hold them with serenity. The wise woman does not stop feeling deeply. She simply learns how not to lose herself inside everything she feels. And that takes practice. It takes pauses. It takes silence. It takes learning how to listen to the body before exhaustion takes over completely. Because the body always whispers before it breaks. Sometimes through anxiety, sometimes through insomnia, sometimes through irritability, sometimes through emotional exhaustion. And maybe many women do not need more discipline. Maybe they need more calmness, more regulation, more emotional rest, more spaces where they are not responsible for carrying everything alone. Because no nervous system can survive permanently in survival mode without consequences. And perhaps today, you need to hear this. You are not a bad woman for feeling exhausted. You are not weak for needing space. You are not less powerful for wanting peace. In fact, maybe you are entering a wiser stage of your life, a stage where you finally understand that protecting your energy is also self-respect, and that pausing before reacting does not take away your strength. It gives you inner mastery, because the most powerful women are not the ones reacting to everything around them. They are the ones who learned how to remain calm even when the world around them becomes chaotic. And that requires tremendous emotional strength. The wise woman learns how to pause. She learns how to breathe before speaking. She learns how to choose what deserves her energy and what does not. She learns how to return to herself before losing herself in the emotional noise of the world. And once a woman learns that, something inside her changes forever. Because she realizes that true peace is not born from controlling everything outside herself. It is born from learning how to hold herself calmly within. And if this message found you at the right moment in your life, subscribe to Sophia Stoica. This is a space for women seeking calmness, emotional clarity, inner strength, and peace of mind in a world that never stops moving. because calm is power.